Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Farmher Files with your hosts,
Abby
and Maria.
So we just thought for this episode we're just going to chat a lot of crap about a lot of things, like, you know, brain dumps, but in podcast form.
Yeah.
So this is actually our first episode we're recording since everything went live.
It is. I cannot believe the amount of support we received. Like, it
It's
was
been incredible.
overwhelming.
Absolutely incredible. Like, you guys posting it on your stories.
Oh, I'm tearing up thinking about it. The support we
I
got.
thought I was going to be the one crying.
Yeah. When I went and picked Abby up, she turned around and went, if I don't cry today, I'm going to be shocked.
Literally. You know when you just have one of those days where you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to cry, just don't know what it's going to be about. So, yeah, we're just going to have an absolute brain dump. Like, we were talking on the way here and there were like some things we wanted to talk about. We haven't actually got a title or a theme to this as a loose
We
thing.
have brain dump.
Brain dump.
Yeah.
We're just going to say it's a brain dump about
Whatever's in our
everything.
brains.
everything. Oh,
We've
who knows what's
updated the
coming.
studio as well, haven't we, since last come on? We've got some more props. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you can see the props scattered around.
While I think of it, need to think about the valet. I actually didn't put a names box suggestion on Instagram, so I need to do this when this episode goes out.
Yes,
Because
so
we haven't finalised a name for our valet.
he's just behind me. He's nameless. That side.
Look at the camera, not.
Not you. Safe place.
So, yeah, if you've got any more suggestions for that, just,
Drop him over.
like I said, I'm going to put it on the story somewhere.
Can we talk about what happened to us on the way here? Because I'm
Oh
still
my
shaking
God.
a little bit about it.
Honestly, we've had to, I think we got here,
Half an hour late?
we got here half an hour late and we've been sat down for half an hour just to calm down. And I don't know why it rattled us. Well, it rattled us so much because we were nearly going to have to herd some cattle on the way here.
If they didn't smash into my car first.
Literally. So we just turned off the dual carriageway.
And today is market day, just
here
down
at
the road.
Exeter. And literally Maria went, oh, that's a nice cattle box. And I was like, yeah, market day. Next thing we know, we're like, hold on, the back of that trailer is coming down.
They hadn't locked it properly.
Completely oblivious.
It was coming halfway down and we went into panic, didn't we? I started beeping my horn, flashing my
Literally
lights.
holding it down. I had my hand out the window. You had your hand out the window.
Yeah, I don't know how I was beeping, flashing my lights and hand out the window.
Well, he was
That's-
on the phone.
Multitasking at his finest.
Well, anyway, he was on the phone. Hands free will be nice
We'll
to him.
presume, yeah.
And literally for a minute straight, because my video went on for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So we must have been going for it for like a minute straight before he pulled in. And we were like, yeah, mate, you've not done your cattle box up.
He was like, how open was it? We were like, halfway? Like, we
Literally.
could see all
only
of your
went-
new prime stock.
It only went back up because he stopped.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't know where he was going or what, but
That
if
could
he
have
carried
been,
on much
that brand
further-
new box that he had could have been cut right up.
I'm more worried about the cattle. Could you imagine?
Yeah, well, there's
Actually, that would have
double
been-
locking system on there, isn't there?
But it would have
So-
made such
Yeah, it
good
would have made a-
story if they got out. So that was our
Eventful ride
trip
here.
here.
The chap was really thankful though, wasn't he? But
He
if
was.
we weren't from agriculture,
We wouldn't know. We wouldn't understand that box was coming down, and we
that you
wouldn't
would
have
have
beached
just
for that long.
bypassed the fact that it was happening.
I think someone would have stopped him by the time. But
I
nobody
don't think no one
at
else
junctions
noticed. Yeah,
noticed.
and it was open from the very start of when we saw him, and like you said, it was a good minute that we were following him,
And actually, would have had to get through part of Exeter.
and it was full with cattle, like proper prime bullocks.
Maria thought they were sheep, but we won't get into
No,
that.
I
one.
was because I've got a toddler now. I was
No,
going, oh
she
my god,
definitely
look
thought
at
it
all
was
those
sheep.
You could see the cattle heads out.
I was like,
They look like
"That's
Angus
definitely-
cross.
Definitely cattle. I didn't even look at the cows when I was like just trying to do the backup. But it was when he got out the car and I was like, yeah, it's opening. And he was like, really? And I was like, no shit. I didn't just wave you down for nothing, mate. But yeah, he was grateful.
He almost didn't believe us until he pulled it and it was like, oh, yeah, it is opening, isn't it?
Yeah, and I had to test like that it was coming down just to show him. it was coming down.
What's the closest you've ever had to like an agricultural disaster?
Do you know what? Probably not. Actually, should we go into it? The
Yeah,
first
go
time I
for it.
drove a tractor.
Oh, I'd like to hear this.
So I think we spoke about on a episode
Potentially.
about certain people not being good teachers.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
your episode, last week's episode. And my dad, he might be a good teacher for other people. He is not a great teacher for me. So like when I started driving a car, we got in a car, a manual car, and he's like, just drive. I was like, you gonna explain how to drive a car or what? So he's not a great teacher. And anyway, so I believe it was a 7740 I was
Ooh.
driving. Off the top of my head, I was like 12. So yeah. And my brother was on the back, my dad was on the passenger seat, and I was driving. Anyway, got along, went down the lane. I was like I said, I don't drive anything. So like, I'm not going to press something that I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So like, Dad, where's the brakes? Dad did not respond because Dad has poor hearing. And I don't know whether he just didn't have his hearing aids in or he just could not hear me. I was like, Dad, where's the brakes?
Oh no.
Well, we went into the new shed, didn't we?
This is so weird you're telling this story. First time I ever drove a manual car. I was in the car with my mum. I didn't know where the brake was. In her brand new Nissan Juke, I went into the garage door. She didn't tell me where the brake was either. I should know though, because I had drove tractors for years before that. But I think it was just panic. I didn't want to drive the car anyway.
And also, you don't want to press something that you don't know what it is. And if you like press an
I would
accelerator.
like to say this was all on private land. We weren't just on roads driving underage.
Yeah, definitely. But it was, yeah. My dad never let me drive a tractor since.
This is what we're saying though. Same person.
We are.
First time we drove a certain vehicle. Yeah. It's so weird, isn't it?
So that was probably my only accident because I didn't get trusted with anything else. Admittedly, after that, the next thing I drove was Scott's black 724.
Oh God! I
with
hope
the rollers.
Scott doesn't know this.
Yeah, no, I do think he knows.
Does he?
So he was really short-staffed and he needed somebody rolling, and he was like, "Right, what are you doing?" You know, Scott. He always likes to rope me in some way or another. But so he drove it to the field, set me up. Like I said, he's not a great teacher, but he did go through the basics with me, and I did it. And then it became quite a kerfuffle for him he was obviously, I'm guessing he was drilling or something, and then I was rolling it in. So it was quite a lot of faff for him to take the tractor and the drill back to the farm and then come back and get me and the rollers. So he was like, right, you're going to have to drive it back. And I'd like to clarify, Maria, the maize field, where the maize is, back to the farm, those narrow lanes, is where I had to drive those tractors and rollers.
Jesus Christ.
And like I said, the time before that, I drove a 7740, like completely different tractors, and I made it back alive.
Just?
No, literally no close calls, no nothing.
Oh, good. It's quite nerve-wracking doing things like that for the first time. I remember when I had to drive a plough on the road for the first time in a big T7 210. No, actually, I think it might have been a TM 190, which is big tractor again. And it was in narrow lanes and everything. Now a plough like overturns the opposite way to what you'd expect. So I was like going on all these roads. I was so careful. I had like cars overtaking me here, there and everywhere. And I thought, for everyone's safety, I'm just going to go extra slow until I get the bearings on this. Never had to think about my turning too much other than going through gateways.
But what I found funny, you would know this more than me because you do a bit more tractor driving than I do. I can remember that one little journey back to the farm, I was pointed at like, it's a girl.
Really?
Yeah. Which it doesn't really bother me, but I was
maybe
like, wow.
I haven't looked into it. But I don't feel
I think
like...
I was watching people's a bit more because it was my
tractor
first
run.
time.
There's been a few tractor runs that happen locally, and for about 3-4 years, I was the only girl on this run. And people would always make comments like the old chaps that'd be at the pub every night, like, and on the tractor run, they'd make comments and everything. And then when it was me and my sister, they'd make comments about the fact we were the only women. Now, though, it's so lush because there's so many women that join in on these things, and it just makes you feel like such a bonded community with it.
I know, but like, where do you learn to drive a tractor if you've not driven one?
My grandfather taught me.
Like I said, you get blessed if you've got a good family to teach you. Like I said, my dad's not a good teacher. Scott's not a good teacher. Scott's dad's not a good teacher. I've always said to Scott, if I needed to be taught, I would go to his workers, because his workers are very understanding, and one of them's an extremely good teacher.
And like, obviously some people it doesn't class, but like when you don't know someone as well, you have more patience with them.
100%.
Like when you don't
Scott
know them
would
on a
just shout at
personal.
me.
Yeah.
But Matthew do the same if you...
It depends. He's in his fuck it era just like I am. And he just doesn't mind too much of what goes on as long as everyone's safe. He's not worried.
Well, it's like Scott, this was before the Defender. Scott actually hit my Mercedes in a car park. And I think he was a little bit worried because I loved that car to bits.
Yeah.
Like, tiniest just scratch, and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Scott, you didn't mean to do it. You didn't go intentionally to go and scratch my car.
Yeah.
Just fix it. I know money and what have you to fix it, but actually you didn't intentionally go and try and hit something.
Well, I bought the car I've got now, and when I bought it, she was like, oh, really sorry about all the scratches. I was like,
I'm just going to add to
them. I say that. I have never actually scratched a car, touch wood. Well, touch wood now. I really hate to think what's going to happen now. I've never actually scratched a car, so all the dents that are on there have been previously by someone else.
I'd love to say that, but obviously had the Defender that was written off.
That wasn't you, though?
No, but it was my car. And then the Audi, that was quite a car crash. Well, not a car crash. I was just happening to go down the lane. I'd literally just passed some horses, so I was going really slow, thankfully.
Yeah.
And this other guy was coming at speed. Admitted fault to everything. And then, anyway, sorted things out, took each other's details. And then he backtracked and said, no, it wasn't my fault.
Oh.
Because not for knocking a
Do you
lane.
have cameras in your car?
So, no, I don't, which I should. But luckily, it was so close to the farmyard, and the farm shed cameras were looking down and caught me going slowly, and he was the one that didn't stop.
Amazing.
So
there you go. Proof.
Both my crashes have been not my fault and been proven.
Yeah. I think it's just luck sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, I've never been in a car crash, so I'm pretty... Well, like I said, that was my first car crash, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
It was just the side of my car. So I'd say
it was
pretty lucky.
Do you know what my closest accident was on the farm?
Go on.
I almost overturned a tractor and loader, little TL80. I've not told anyone this, only my dad knows. It was only my dad with me. We were both like, fuck, that actually just almost happened.
How old were you?
It was actually only a few months ago when I was pregnant with Harriet.
No.
Yeah, it was a brand new bucket on the loader. I knew it was too heavy for the tractor anyway. We've changed it now. It doesn't go on that tractor anymore, just so everyone's aware.
How far pregnant
I had
were you?
it pregnant enough to be sleep deprived and probably should have been a bit more cautious. But what do you do when you have
jobs to do?
Yeah, and
animals to feed.
Yeah, literally. So I was in this tractor and I put the loader up too high. I was carting wet muck that had been stored in the field anyway, so it was extra heavy. Had it up in the air. My pregnant brain didn't use common sense and bring it down. Luckily, the safety override kicked in. So, like most tractors have a safety override. When it goes to a certain degree, it will stop you if it can. So this was actually on flat land that it happened. How embarrassing is this? I'm going to see this come out and I'm like, I can't believe I even mentioned that. So almost overturned a tractor. It wasn't until my dad literally ran onto the step and was like, put the bucket down. And I was like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of that?
But everyone's going to have an accident at some point.
I know. Luckily, mine was avoided. And Scott I've got that ingrained in my brain now.
His nickname was Demolition Dennis because he used to literally do everything. And fun fact, me and Scott used to speak years ago, like back when we were both in college. We used to send a few Snapchats or what have you. And I've got the only photo I've got saved. I couldn't tell you none of our conversations from college, but the only photo I have saved is him tipping up a silage trailer. Was it a silage trailer or a dump trailer? I'm not sure.
I want to see that one later. I'm going to see it now.
I'll try and find it. But have you actually had any proper accidents?
I've had like sheep run into me, cows kick me. What else has happened to me? I'm petrified of steep hills, so I think with that I'm too cautious to the point where it's
But that's a good
bad.
thing.
But then like I lifted up a cultivator and the TM 125, the back wheels like started, you could feel it lifting. It didn't come off, but it felt lifting. And I was like, why the hell am I lifting the cultivator off the ground on a steep hill? So you should like keep it on the ground so you've got more stick to the. Oh, well, is the dump trailer dented now? Abby's just showed me the photo.
I believe he was working for somebody else. It says more than 6 years ago.
Oh, crikey.
So he would have been working for somebody else. But
do you find, looking back at your like Snapchat memories or phone memories, that 6 years ago you were a different person?
Definitely. Like
I was
know
a
everyone
wild
says,
child.
"Oh, you grow up and stuff," but I look back, year of the summer of 2019.
Yeah.
I was wild.
I was living my best life. I'm
drinking
living
all
it
the
now,
time.
but gee whiz.
Drinking all the time, going out, like I had pretty much the whole of July off work, and I was just
during 2019 I could do 13 pints of Rattler a night without only just feeling drunk.
No.
That is how much I was out drinking and just at the pub all the time and just living my best life when I wasn't on the farm working.
Yeah, no, I think was it yeah, I think it would have been 2019. I went to Magaluf.
Yeah.
Yorkshire Show. Not Yorkshire Show, Royal Welsh. Went down.
Royal Welsh is one hell of a show.
I only did, I think 1 year I did. Yes, it must have been 2019 because then we couldn't go for 2020 because of COVID.
Yeah, that was a weird time.
Yeah, and I don't remember most of Royal Welsh.
I'm going right off subject now. Speaking of COVID, Harriet.
Oh, don't get me started. Stay away.
It's all right. We're all fine now.
She keeps coughing though.
Yeah, that's just got permanent cough there now. We ended up having to take Harriet, my youngest, to the nearest big hospital to us. And she had dropped to like 34.2 degrees. Now, anyone that has children, you'll know that's very scary.
To me.
It's really scary. It was meant to be, I think it's 35.6 is meant to be the lowest your temperature drops to. Now, unless you're like a cold person or something anyway, Harriet is a hot baby, so that was like drastic. And she was like cold sweating, ended up rushing her in. The ambulance couldn't get there quicker than what we could drive. So it ended up having her on my lap whilst Matthew drove. Now, my OCD like riddles me with car safety. And like car safety is my biggest thing. I'm like, no, the kids have to be rear facing until they're 4. Like seatbelts fastened, not starting the car until everyone's seatbelts are on. Like everyone behave in the car. I'm not having any silly behaviour. Like I'm a boring driver. And
I'd like to clarify, she's an actual awful driver as well. Literally whacks the brakes on, and I'm like, Christ, I think I'm a heavy.
I will admit to being a heavy breaker.
Like there was a lorry indicating in front of us earlier, and I was like, Maria, watch out! She slams on the brakes, and I'm like, oh, I didn't mean like that much. Anyway, carry on about
over precautions. Yeah, so the doctor's done a swab of Harriet's nose. I was feeling really shivery, so was Matthew. Our temperatures are all over the place. And comes back about 20 minutes later. The doctor, like, the nurse opens the door. It's like a comedy act. Opens the door and goes, your daughter's got COVID. The doctor doesn't know yet, but there you go. And just shuts the door. And me and Matthew just looked at each other and went, is that still a thing?
Yeah.
I was actually shocked. I was like, wait, hold on, step back a minute.
But I'd like to clarify, you went to A&E earlier that day, and did they not test then?
No, they didn't, and I didn't think anything of it. Obviously, I don't think about COVID anymore. I've spent 5 years avoiding it, not had it before.
Did you not have it at all?
No. I might have at my 21st, just before lockdown in the December, when we didn't know COVID was here at the time.
Yeah.
I think I caught it from Tinsel Ball down in Cornwall, where I am. And I think I caught it then, but I can't say I did because there was no tests at the time.
I think everyone was really ill around that time.
Yeah.
So I was bedbound as well, and I took 2 weeks off of work.
Well, I wasn't missing my 21st, and I didn't know I had a virus that was mega contagious.
No, and I was working with people with COVID.
Yeah.
So basically we got the option to whether we worked with clients with COVID or not. And you got the option at the beginning. And I said I was happy to because I was in what I would call a safe household. So if anybody, I was living with got COVID.
No,
They weren't
no
at
vulnerability
risk.
there.
So I did it anyway, and I never caught COVID.
Weird, isn't it?
But then they then changed the rules and said you had to go in with people with COVID. I was like,
that could have put some people in some awkward situations.
So then my granddad got cancer. So then I
God.
refused, and they said, if you don't do it, you lose your job. And I said, that's fine then.
And if I do it, I lose my granddad.
Literally, I was like, he's only got 4 to 6 months or something, I think we got told. So it was like, I'm not going to risk it now.
Yeah.
So, bloody COVID.
I know. But
we
nowadays,
wasted the best years. That's the only thing I'd say.
I know. I went into COVID being like
How old were you when
borderline. It was 2019, wasn't it? No, 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
So
I would have been
18.
19 when we went in.
Yes, you would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a December baby. Yeah, it would have been 19 when we went in. Me and Matthew went from going to the pub every single night, having like lock-ins with the pub landlord, like really good relationship with them, and just living our best life, always out, just partying, clubbing, going everywhere, to coming out of lockdown. I didn't drink anything like after lockdown. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't really speak to anyone. And that was just because it was so ingrained in me at that point. Like it had been a year almost, hadn't it?
It is weird how much COVID changed people.
We were that Station 19 I was talking about the other day, the programme. We were watching it the other day and we're behind on it. We've only just found it in the last few months. We came up to an episode that was about COVID.
Yeah.
And me and Matthew looked at each other. Whilst having COVID, we were watching this, coincidentally. We went, it's so weird. Like, that feels alien now to look back and we're like, oh my God, that actually happened. There was like a scene where everyone was clapping and everything. And we were like, I went and clapped on my like 350 acre farm. Who the hell was going to hear me?
I think it's probably weirder for everyone else because I was in a different house.
Yeah.
We rented like a house when COVID happened. So I can kind of isolate that time of my life.
Mm.
And I associate it with living there in just a really shit time.
Yeah.
But it's weird because like you couldn't see, you did change your friendship group as well in that time.
I mean, I survived mine, if I'm honest.
Oh, did you?
But then I was a social butterfly and now I'm more of a
Home bird.
happy in my own home.
Yeah, no, I think like my close friends always stayed, but yeah. And then I think it was only after COVID, I met Scott not long after in summer 2021. And then obviously, flourished my wings down in Devon. So then that was quite nice that like I had like a fresh start out of COVID. So I was pretty blessed with that.
Yeah. So anyway, flashback from the past.
I'm going to bring this up. Now we're talking of friendships. Fake fucking friends.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Because one of us...
friends that chat shit behind your back.
We've had a recent experience, haven't we?
Oh.
Now, one of us
will anger me.
Had a friend come up to us and say, hey, we've just received a message from whoever in your close friendship group. So someone within the close friendship group was saying, have you seen they're doing a podcast together? What on earth has possessed them to do that? Why would they do that? It's such a waste of time or whatever. And like went full on into it, full hardy with it.
I would like to say, if you don't like our podcast, you don't need to listen to it.
Yeah.
Is it going to affect your day-to-day life? No.
Exactly.
Obviously it affects ours, but not anyone that doesn't want to listen. Therefore, get over it. And we're not harming anyone. We're just chatting shit.
If you are listening to this and you're in a friendship group or a friend with someone who doesn't fully support you,
get rid.
You don't need them. They're only going to pull you down. Like that person that we had with us. Why do we need them?
We talk about this all the time. We don't have many friends.
And that is
I could list them on one hand.
That is because we've got such a supportive network with the small amount of friends we have. Like, it's choice.
Literally.
Like, don't get me wrong. I could walk into, like, any young farmer party or pub or livestock market and go and have a conversation with whoever I wanted. But I have got that close circle, and so have you.
Like, I don't think I told anyone about the podcast before we started doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Purely because I don't know, I like to keep things private.
Yeah. Whereas I vent everything to poor old Aoife and Bex. Like, they get everything from me.
Georgie knew because Georgie's logged into my Instagram.
Yeah.
So therefore she saw all the messages and was like,
Yeah, we had
what's going on here? Because I hadn't told her, but she was seeing all the messages and she was like, what is going on? I was like, oh yeah, started a podcast.
Can we just do a formal apology to Georgie for
I'm sorry, Georgie Nendit.
lighting her Instagram up so much?
Literally, we've had to stop messaging on Instagram because it was blowing up Georgie's phone.
Yeah, we wanted to save her that aggro, so we've moved to WhatsApp now.
But she is one of those people that will clap no matter what.
Yeah.
And your friends are. And like, we know our best friends, like your best friends' names I know, and my best friends you know.
I genuinely feel like we could go to each other's friends and have a conversation and trust them. I feel like that is the relationship all of us have between us now.
Definitely.
Like, I feel like we've gained a really good friendship through chatting rubbish down a microphone.
We just need somewhere, like an event where we can all just, I don't know, chat shit to one another and just give our stories.
It's that barbecue we were on about in like episode 2.
And it's long gone past barbecue weather.
It has. It's really gone past.
We're going to have to do a makeshift Christmas dinner at this rate.
Oh, I love
a Christmas meal.
Do you like cooking?
I like cooking. I don't like clearing up.
That's what the guests are for.
Yes.
Do you do that? So me and the girls meet up every Thursday and one of us cooks. And we all just
really
end up
good.
We all just end up clearing up the house together, and like
I don't mind doing
toddlers
it with
running
people,
everywhere.
but
It's manic. I love cooking. I can go to a really happy place whilst in the kitchen.
I think I really struggle Christmas though, because other people are clearing up for me, and thank you for clearing up, but they broke my dishwasher. It wouldn't work.
Do you have another dishwasher now?
No, I fixed it, but it took a long while to fix it.
Matthew has a dishwasher. He calls it Maria. We have actually got a dishwasher in the house.
Do you use your dishwasher then?
Yeah. Love it. Someone told me once that having a dishwasher is lazy.
I bought a house with a dishwasher in. I can't help it.
Do you know what my first thought was? If you were doing as much stuff as I was, you too would need a dishwasher.
I am the most lazy person going, in the fact I have a robot lawnmower. I have a robot hoover and mop. If I can delegate it to somebody else or something else, I will do it. Because I am not mowing my lawn. I have not got time for that. I've got quite a big lawn.
I love mowing a lawn.
Really?
Yeah. I love
peace?
Gardening.
I like gardening.
Any
I
type
don't
of
like
gardening,
doing the
love
lawn.
it.
Anyway, this makes perfect lines up and down.
Does it do the... You know the lines that are different colours?
Yeah, you can see the stripes.
Stripes, that's the... Why can't I think of the word stripe?
Yeah, no, perfect stripes up and down. It's beautiful.
I saw a guy that's invented a brush that goes on the back of the lawnmower. And I thought I could definitely weld something together and put it on my lawnmower.
Isn't it meant to be a roller on the back?
Well, his brush works bloody beautifully.
Oh. But I just think this, depending on obviously what your schedule is, it can mow every day, every other day, once a week.
Ooh.
So if I'm not feeling well...
Don't have to pay labour costs either.
Well, we did debate having a gardener. That sounds so fancy. But we did debate getting somebody in. And I was like, hold on, this will just pay for itself. And like after a couple of weeks, if I go, oh, the lawn needs doing, I haven't got to ring someone up and go, oh, the lawn needs doing. It just does it itself.
Your garden's beautiful as well. It's beautiful open space.
Apart from it's just wrecked with the amount of socks that the dogs take out there. But
that's because you got field dogs though, isn't it? Like, they're trained field dogs.
Reggie takes everything inside, Reggie wants to take outside. Wait, we were going on about friendships and somehow got massively lost into gardens. I don't know how that all happened. We seem to constantly go off track.
It's like our brains have little pinpoints and then the spider diagram can go any which way.
What are we even going to call this episode?
Brain dump.
I know, but it's got to have something to it. No one's going to click on brain dump.
Dumb brains brain dump.
Just Abby and Maria talking crap all day, every day. Something we haven't done. We haven't done a sponsor for today on purpose because we didn't actually... I know we probably should be wearing our merch. We didn't shine light on our merch enough. We were only wearing our T-shirts at the time.
We were. I love the jumpers.
But the jumpers don't show up in the background of this because they're too dark.
The chair's black, the background's dark, so you couldn't see it.
We just blend in, so we didn't do that.
And I would be wearing a jumper every second right now.
We've got our mugs as well. So as an exclusive, today we are going to do 10% off for the next week. Make it more fancy. Give me a code.
Brain dump.
Brain dump. Brain dump. We're going to put it here. Put in the code brain dump. You've got 7 days to use it from the day this is out. Can't remember what date this comes out, but and get 10% off all merch on the website.
You can find all the merch on the website.
So you're probably wondering why I've just cut in here. If you're on YouTube, I've added in a video. But if you're on audio, I do apologise for the audio of this. So I've had to come in here because for some reason when filming, it just cut out. I don't know what happened. I don't even remember what we were saying at the end. But I do remember we were talking about the discount on our website, which we are doing as 10% off for the next 7 days as literally brain dump. I will put it on the screen here. So basically I've come on here to apologise because you have actually been cut off and there is a lot less of this podcast, but we didn't even know what we were saying. We can't even remember, so I can't even like refilm it, add it in or what have you, because it just wouldn't make sense. So I was just like, look, I'll just add in a video and hopefully it will make sense to everyone. So I do apologise. If we knew we had a technical error, we would have refilmed it or what have you, but it was just such a nice little episode of us emptying our brains. I thought, no, let's start, just add it in. And like I said, I apologise to anyone who's listening audio wise, and for you YouTube lot, I'm sorry I've given you a bit of a jump scare. So from me and Maria, thank you for listening, obviously, as always, and we hope that you tune in next week. Also, if you are on YouTube, please like, subscribe, do all that shenanigans so we can keep filming and making lovely little content for you guys and having these nice little chats. So as I said, thank you from me and Maria, and we hope to see you next week.